Hello, people of the internet. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Happy Saturday to you all, and that means one thing and one thing only. OST Saturdays. Welcome to week 11. This week we're kind of actually playing a little bit of catch up for the first couple. Um, Typically, when I record these OST Saturdays, I go off of the release calendar on Reddit. I've shown it before. The r/Kpop Reddit release calendar is one of the most reliable places I can go to for releases. But sometimes the OST list gets a little bit delayed in terms of updates, and that was the case last week. Like when I checked it, only Seunghee from Wikimiki and Flying's Taxi Driver 2 OST were on the schedule. I checked later that day and there wasn't anything else on it, but then I was on YouTube and I saw that there was a whole bunch of stuff that I missed. So um, we have Eunbi's OST and Seunghee's OST that we're catching up on from last week, and then the four new ones from this week. We have Billlie, we've got Solar from Mamamoo, who Mamamoo Plus is coming back soon, which is very exciting. We've got Team, haven't heard from them in a hot, or haven't heard their stuff in a hot minute, and then Kyuhyun from Super Junior. So we'll jump into it. If you want to skip ahead to a certain song, the timeline below is always going to be chapter based off of what song we're listening to. So if you're only interested in like one or two of them, you can jump ahead to that one over there without any problems. So let's just jump right into it with Miss Eunbi. And this one has been really hard to find because it's not released under Eunbi's name. It's released under the name of one of the characters within the webtoon. In Korean, it's Yiduna. In English, the webtoon is The Girl Downstairs, if I remember correctly. It's a webtoon about it's like a K-pop idol trying to live like a normal life as a college student. I've only very recently started reading it, and I didn't know that there was going to be an OST for it, let alone that Eunbi was going to be on it. And like after I recorded last week's, I saw that she had you know how Instagram sometimes gives you posts from like a couple days ago in your main feed? It was one of those where I saw Eunbi's name. I'm like, wait, Eunbi OST? Oh, damn, I missed it. So I'm very much excited for this. I need to catch back up on this webtoon as well. And it won't be the only webtoon. I think we have 3 webtoons in total today we're checking out, or at least the OSTs for. So, Miss Eunbi, do you have lyrics? No, we don't. Okay. Check the volume real quick once, and here we go. Oh, I love that little wailing guitar in the background, just a singular guitar note. I love Eunbi's soft voice on stuff like this. she's got such an almost like gentle tone on softer stuff like this. It's also, I think, the exact same chords as You Dream, the finale song from Produce 48. La 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 la. It is the exact same chords. I love it. What a cool final chorus. In a way that the flourish wasn't like one of the ones that you feel it build, but it's just like layering more and more on top of it. Oh, and a little fake riser at the end. Oh, wow, that was a quick transition. Okay, hold on. Yeah, whoa, okay. It's super soft, it's super gentle. And admittedly, I haven't read that much in the webtoon to kind of like understand You Do Not as a character yet. So I don't know if this is relating to some plot point within the story or not. The song is really pretty. It doesn't require belting in a way. Like, she's got some powerful vocals here and there, but it's nothing that's really like. If you ever heard like Eunbi sing and she uses her like powerful tone, like in her title track, say for like Underwater, when she's singing the chorus line, that like you can feel the power of her voice in that song, in that especially in that chorus. You don't get that type of like powerful vocal in this song. It's a lot more delicate, it's a lot more gentle, it's a lot more like it doesn't attack your ears as so much as it kind of just like flows into your ears in a way, which is super cool. And in general, like it's a fairly high song, I feel like, for Eunbi's voice. Like whenever she has her own music, she doesn't really, especially on her most recent the Lethality EP with Underwater, you didn't really get a whole lot of high notes. And I feel like in Goodbye, which I definitely forgot to say the title of the song before we started the song, but you get a lot of her higher gentle vocals, which I feel like hasn't been used all that much during her solo career. So it's nice to hear that side again, because it kind of reminds me of back in her Eyes One days. But also, here's a quick music theory thing. If you're ever listening to a pop song and the melodies feels like you can mix it with something else, there's a reason for that, and it's because it's using the same four chords. Pop songs oftentimes use the four chord formula, and that's why you can mash up a whole bunch of songs together, pitch shift it a little bit, and that's why it works. It's because it's the exact same key and it's the exact same chord sequence. It's just the melody on it is different. There's a great comedy sketch by it's called the Four Chord Songs by Australian like comedy music group Axis of Awesome, and it pretty much takes like 50 or so like popular Western pop songs and puts them into one big medley, just playing the same four chords over and over and over again. And that's kind of like the go-to formula for a pop song. It historically has been for a very long time. And with the pacing of this song, combined with the pacing of IZ*ONE's As You Dream, it's exactly the same. And I'm really tempted to like make a short about it and put them on top of each other because they just sound so similar. You know what? After I'm done recording today's video, I think I'm gonna mess around with that a little bit. So, good job, Eunbi. Love hearing Eunbi's voice. I mean, I think at this point she's kind of like my old solo bias. And she's the only artist other than Dreamcatcher I collect albums for, so always good to hear her voice. But next up, we already heard a little bit of it. We're back with the game L Sword. I think last time was Infinite's Woohyun, right? Checked out his OST for L Sword. This time it's Seunghee from Oh My Girl, who shouldn't Oh My Girl be having a comeback sooner or later? I hope so. But Seunghee has an OST for L Sword title Set Fire. So I'm gonna listen to that real quick. I have to skip ahead because there's like a little introduction piece. We got away with it last time, so I'm hoping we get away with it this time as well. But game songs always kind of worry me about copyright, so fingers crossed. But here we go. Okay, this type of song I've never heard Seunghee sing on, so I'm excited already. Nice breakdown in the pre-chorus. Oh, she's throwing everything at this in this chorus. Okay. I didn't know Seunghee had this in her. Whoa. This is definitely a different side of her voice I've never heard before. The hole on that she does, I'm so amazed at just how much power she's able to put behind it for how long of a note that she's holding there. This is definitely a high-paced, high-octane video game OST vibe, so 100%. And the fact that after the she still has lines on the same breath. We have a little, I think. Yeah, okay. Whoa, okay. Definitely a different side of Seunghee's voice I've never heard before. And it's definitely a sound that I feel like Oh My Girl doesn't do. If they have done, I haven't heard of anything like this from Oh My Girl before. It kind of gives me, I don't know what the game is about, but it definitely gives off the right vibes for a kind of like fantasy action video game in a way. Whether it be like a mobile like turn-based gacha or what have you, it just fits for something that's high energy, high octane. The song helps for sure. The almost like rocker sound that Seunghee has when she puts some power into her, like especially in that chorus, reminds me a lot of Lisa from Japan. She did like the Gurenge from Demon Slayer and a whole bunch of like other iconic like anime OSTs and things like that. But she's got a very powerful, very unique voice, and it kind of gave me like Seunghee in this kind of gave me similar vibes to that. I don't know what it is. I've learned over the past couple of days that describing vocal color in words is really difficult. Like I had the whole thing about trying to figure out how to describe Serum's voice yesterday. Never really happened. Trying to explain like Japanese female idols' vocal colors from the Light Some video we did earlier in the week. It's just vocal color and description using words is so difficult. But Seunghee, from as much like the like gentle pop music that at least I'm used to hearing from Oh My Girl, this was a very refreshing change of pace, and she pulled it off. So, shouts outs to you. Okay, now we are moving on to the stuff from this week, starting with Billlie, who are having a comeback coming up very shortly, which I'm tremendously excited for. But they did an OST for the webtoon A Corner Workshop, and it's a remake of Hayes' Star. I've never heard the original before. I don't know what the webtoon is. But if Billie's on the OST, I might be interested in reading it. Who knows? My webtoon.com read list might be growing a lot this week. So here we go. Unfortunately, no video, but we'll just enjoy some vibes anyways. But speaking of Billlie, this upcoming era is going to be such an issue for me, because I've been so excited for it. Peep the subtle harmony there as well. Peep the harmonies one time, come on. Get that singular brass in there. It might be a saxophone, it might be a trumpet. I don't actually know what that sound sample was, but
너만큼 반짝이는 게 또 있을까 넌 멀어서 내 노래가 들리지 않을까 내가 보고 있는 넌 이별을 담고 있을까 매일 밤 너를 보며도 소문 나를 봤을까 너도 나를 봤을까 아니면 나를 피해 갔을까 차라리 내 품에 떨어지게 기도해볼래 You're my shooting star 널 잡고 다시 놓치지 않을 텐데 Cause you're my shining star 이 시간들은 그저 과정일 뿐이야 혹시 저 별도 나를 보고 있을까
the vocal performance in this song is absolutely tremendous. Like, I'm pretty sure that every single chorus part in the song has been at least in harmony, with like one background vocal, maybe more in certain parts. Wild. We're still going with the vocal harmonies. Jeez. Okay, I see you, Billlie. Billlie bringing in the smooth energy with that one. Definitely gave off like late night or like late afternoon, rainy, snowy, like coffee shop vibes, and I really like that. Their voices are so smooth on stuff like this. Like, I love Billie's title tracks, but when they slow it down and they get all smooth with it, oh, they hit different. Like, Billlie as a group ensemble itself is like a Swiss Army knife, because they've got really talented dancers, they've got really talented vocalists, they've got really talented rappers. But it's not exclusive to one singular member. Everybody does everything. And it blows my mind because they pull it off so well. And like with this song, like an OST in a group with what, 6-7 members in it, typically given to any other like pop group, I feel like they wouldn't try and incorporate as many harmonies into this as Billlie always does. And Billlie have always had really good harmonies within their vocal parts. And that's no exception here. Like, it's the amount of harmonies that are in this song is tremendous and makes my choral heart very happy. Because not many people do it like them. I think it's so cool that they're not, or like they're almost like emphasizing that, and kind of like it's like a solidarity thing in a way, where it's they're not leaving the one singular vocalist on their own. They're like the other members are always providing a little backup for them. I think that's so cool. And like, as someone who grew up singing choir, I wish more groups did more vocal harmonies. I think it's so cool. That's why I love a cappella arrangements so much, because you're forced to do vocal harmonies. I think it's so cool. Anyways, that was tremendous fun. Now, next up, Miss Solar, is it? My list is behind my ring light. I wrote it down on the whiteboard today so I wouldn't have to keep scrolling up and down on Reddit. But, yes, okay, so it's Solar from Mamamoo, of course, who is the Mamamoo Plus subunit with Moonbyul, is having a comeback soon. I think they're having a pre-release single soon as well, which is very exciting. Her song Eternal from Pandora Beneath the Paradise. It's a drama, which I believe. And yeah, Solar solo stuff, we know she's got vocals. I mean, she was Matahari in Matahari the musical. Her solo stuff and just her voice on her own is ridiculous. Vocals. Vocals. But unfortunately, no visuals again, but that's loud in my ears. Mysterious, kind of epic vibes.
문 닫힌 방에 혼자 힘없이 버틴 밤 또 널 되뇌이고 얼어붙은 미를 없던 나의 난 벼랑 끝을 맴돌아 눈을 떠 See the light 멈춰 Hear the light 눈이 멀 듯한 날카로운 sunrise 눈 떠 See the light 비춰 Paradise 잿빛 속 짙은 밤을 지나 불빛이 보여 저 멀리 보여 불을 지펴 Who you inside me
Oh, they are really going for the dramatic.
저 멀리 보여 밤을 지펴 잠 못 든 사이 We finally found it
Oh yeah, this is intense.
늘 반복되는 the light 수없이 버틴 밤먼 빛이 내리고 밀려드는 morning after dark 또 벼랑 끝을 맴돌다 불빛이 보여 저 멀리 보여 불을 지펴
It's interesting how this song could have been in this pace or double this pace, and I think it still would have worked. The fact that it's in the slower tempo, or the slower like 1-2 beat, gives this such a dramatic flair to it.
잿빛 속 짙은 밤을 지나 불빛이 보여 저 멀리 보여
Delayed re-entry in the final chorus.
터널 끝에 네가 보여 저 멀리 보여 밤을 지펴 잠 못 든 사이 We finally found it
Oh, it's over already. Interesting. Very dramatic. It's like drama's in the word. Oh. No, but in all seriousness, the way like the instrumentals are just so grand and expansive, the way the heartbeat and like the way the really low bass drums feels like a heartbeat throughout the entire song, and the way it's just fortissimo, just volume all the way from beginning to end is so dramatic and so like grandiose. It feels like the climax of something that's happening. And with an OST, it's meant to accentuate what's being shown on screen, right? That's the purpose of an OST, is to give the viewer or the listener a little bit of like extra like emotive help in a way. That's why say you were to watch Jaws. Jaws has that, of course, iconic John Williams motif, the dun, 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 as the shark comes up. Watch it on mute. It's not scary. The only reason, and that's the case with a lot of shark attacks in film, is, well, apart from being ripped apart and the blood on the screen and all that, if you just see the shark slowly approach the camera or whoever the person is that's about to be attacked, typically it has very dramatic music being that's slowly building up to the point where it just kind of goes chomp, mash. Oh no, the character on screen is now dead from a shark attack. Watch it on mute. It's not scary one bit. The only thing that makes it scary is the BGM, and that's the power of an OST. With Solar's Eternal, it's so powerful in that it really gets your heart rate going, and it really emphasizes just how dramatic of maybe a scene or this entire story really is. And that's so cool because it portrays it so well. power of music, ladies and gentlemen, everyone in between. That's always good stuff. But next up, oh, you're now really behind the ring light. What do we have? Ah, and team. So, Hybe are going to go with a new webtoon for their latest Hybe group. And team are getting their own webtoon as part of the Dark Moon series, Dark Moon the Grey City. And the OST for it is dropped. I remember when Enha and Hypen's dropped last year, one in a billion for their like vampire-based webtoon, which is kind of been like a guilty pleasure read for me in a way. I've been really enjoying it, unironically, and same with Le Seraphim's Crimson Heart. Haven't really read the TXT one, Star Seekers, but the OSTs are always really good, so I'm very excited for this. Here we go.
Yeah. No, 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 no. Yeah. Yeah. Yo, gotta get please stay. 매일 매일 can't 저기 있으면 say. 맞추게 대로게 막 no. 미치 we moving harder. Let me go out.
They were going with a funk beat and with a now a big breakdown into the pre-chorus. Okay.
Are you ready?
It is funky. Oh, hit it with the breakdown again. Okay. Interesting rhythm subdivision there. And then ride out this breakdown into the pre-chorus.
Are you ready?
Really interesting blend of like funk and that like EDM trap type breakdown. That night note at the very end of the chorus has a really nice chord to it.
Let's roll. Hit that. I'm a werewolf. Skin it over. All in the songs of cat. Put the beat down. With my shot face. And let's march the band. How about this? Could I skin it on my tongue? Hey, you better run.
This is a hype final chorus. Oh my. And we're back. Shout out that top vocalist for holding that note and not cutting it off midway, right as the chorus came back in. Letting that note shine a little bit. Cheeky little fake drop. Huh, okay. I don't know what it is about these Hybe webtoons, but I feel like the OSTs have been pretty good. I have no idea actually when the story is out, if it is out at all. Actually, you know, we could find out. So I definitely don't have the app on my phone at all or anything. Hybe. Dark Moon the Grey City. Oh, it's been out for a hot minute. Okay. There's 22 episodes of it out already. Oh, well, looks like I'm behind. But I don't know the members and their voices yet. Not by a long shot. In fact, I mean, we checked out Anteam only a couple of times. Yeah, we checked out their debut because they were debuting, and of course we check out every single debut on the channel, and then we checked out one of their like dance choreo MVs, and I think that's pretty much it in terms of Anteam and like the extent of the music we checked out. But you, even if this is like on an OST for their own webtoon, you can kind of feel that they're like meshing together a little bit more. Like the vocals feel a lot more in sync with each other if there's more than one person on the song. The rap flows feel a lot more confident than on their debut. It just feels like, hey, they've gotten a couple runs at their like craft now, and it just feels like a lot more polished, and it feels a lot more like confident with their own skills in a way. And I think that's really cool. We love to see progression like that. And honestly, Hybe, shout out Hybe for like pumping out so much content for their groups. It's like, what other company is pretty much has like I guess a reality show or like a variety show for their own groups like Hybe does? I mean, like, I don't follow TXT, so I don't know TXT stuff all that well, but like N O'Clock, Le Sserafim's Day Off, Leniverse, Gosei going 17. Admittedly, like, Gosei is under Pledis, which is under Hybe, but you get what I mean. Like, you have Gosei, you have Channel 9, From Us is doing their Spring Break series right now, and then essentially every main Hybe group has a webtoon. They're not afraid to pump out other content, like non-music content from their musical artists, and I think that's super cool. Good stuff. Okay, last up, Mr. Kyuhyun out of Super Junior, of course, the maknae of Super Junior, the one that gets on everybody's nerves like maknae should do. But song titled "What Do You Think" from the drama Delivery Man. Don't know what the story is about, but Kyuhyun's voice is pretty magical, so I reckon this might be a good one. Here we go! I think I double-clicked on accident. Oh my goodness, I thought I started playing like 2 videos at once and I freaked out. Okay, let's try again.
기다린 마음 그대가 웃을 때도 눈물을 흘릴 때도 바라만 봤었죠 오늘은 또 뭔가 달라 보여 분명 무슨 일이 있는 거죠 털어놓는 얘기들에 아무 말 못하고 그저 듣고만 있어요 그대는 날 어떻게 생각해 묻고 싶어도 부담 주고 싶지 않아서 마음 한쪽에 밀어놨더니 사랑이 점점 더 커져가요
I'll be honest, I don't actually know what part of the song we're on, but I don't really care. Kyuhyun's voice is... He's floating up there a little bit.
나 요즘 좀 이상하다. 막 이유 없이 짜증이 나고 뭔가 자꾸 신경 쓰이고.
너 누구 좋아하는 거야?
I love how, like, I say this a lot about OSTs and of ballads and things like this, but I love how simplistic this instrumental is, in that it's a piano, an acoustic guitar, and admittedly the string section is a string section, but it's just strings. No unnecessary synths, no percussion part, it's just super simple and acoustic, and I think that's so cool. Something personal and like intimate about acoustic instruments like this. Love that little hit the brake moment, and then the big flourish to bring it back in. Oh, very subtle run there. And that gradual vibrato build. In a really gentle way to finish the song. It wasn't just boom and then finally end it. It's a nice gradual end to it. Very nice. Very nice, Mr. Kyuhyun. I guess there is a reason why he's on that little main vocal subunit of KRY, isn't he? Oh, so pretty. His voice is so pretty. He floats on the high notes very delicately. Like, he knows how to pull power out of his high notes, and I think that's so cool. Because his voice is really powerful, and it has enough power to possibly, like, punch through any background instrumental. But he knows when to balance it out. And, like, paired with the kind of, like, flying string section behind it, his voice just kind of soars, and it's really pretty. Oh! ADHD moment, but the new Spring Break episode of From Is Nine is out. Oh boy. Okay. I really need to jump into KRY at some point. I think there have been viewer requests for it. I've seen... Actually, I have the list back there. I have a few Suju requests coming up in the next, like, week or so about, like, people just wanting me to watch more Suju stuff. This elves tend to flock to my channel recently, but yeah, I feel like I need to give KRY a little bit more attention. I know they had that song on the Christmas album, but, like, actually learn them properly. But that's always good fun. OSTs are so fun because you get to see a different side of idols and their voices that you typically wouldn't get on their title tracks. So I love OST Saturday. It's one of my favorite days of the week because OSTs never really get the true like love and attention they deserve, I think. Like unless you watch the shows or you follow the artist like really closely, you don't really go out of your way to listen to OSTs all that often. And sometimes OSTs can produce some of like the most magical songs out there, so it was a good time. Long one in fact. 6 videos? We haven't had one over 4 in a very long time, so hopefully fingers crossed that this survives Content ID. If it doesn't, well, we tried our best. But that's it for me today. Thank you all for watching. If you did enjoy and want to see more, channel icon is up there. You can find the back catalog of stuff watched in the past. Drop a subscription if you want to keep up to date with whenever I upload new videos. And if you want to watch another video of mine right away, YouTube recommends you watch that video down there. And until next time, bye-bye.